Hello everybody, my name is Elisa, and today I'm going to bring you a pretty interesting 3v3. Now, this isn't a normal 3v3, it's just one of those screw-around custom games that we play just because we don't really like to play real custom games. So, in the top side we have PBG Bubbles, Grandmaster 1v1, Hack Carlos, and Elisa as the Protoss. Our opponents are Legend, Black Knight, and Hack Hidden, and everyone besides for Black Knight is masters in TV2, and we all know each other from playing TV2 with each other, except for Bubbles. I just know Bubbles. And so this game is very special because the rules of this game are you can only make Infestors, Ghosts, and High Templar, and you can't make any static defense, but you can get Observers or Overseers for detection of the Ghosts. And so you can get Cloak, you can get all those upgrades, but just the only moving units are, the supply units, Overseer, Observer, Workers, Ghosts, High Templar, and Infestors, and Larvae, I guess. No Queens for the Zerg. And so basically the strategy of this game is, we've done this a few times, so this is very high level caster only wars, and the Terran has a very, very strong early game push. And this is because the Ghosts are the only unit that can attack. Well, you'd have to kill workers you'd have to kill Ghosts with just workers, and it's really bad. And so one of the strategies is actually taking the gas early on, so they can't take it. And so we all have to take our gas very early on, and I'm actually stealing the gas of Black Knight right now. But their strategy is just to worker rush the Terran player, so that the Terran player can't get any Ghosts early on, because if you cripple the Terran player, one Ghost can kill an Infestor pretty easily. It just becomes mass amount of units where the Infestors start getting pretty dangerous. And so we know this, so Hack Carlos is actually going to pull off workers and attack this little worker rush right here. And Bubbles is actually, Bubbles, I think he's safe to mine now. And so the strategy that we were doing is we pull the Terran early game for gas and mineral, so he can get three Raxes up. And I think Kidden was trying to block the gas with the pylons. So basically he's just trying to do as much as he can to just delay the gas getting. Meanwhile, in my base, I have all my gas very early. And so what I've done is I've taken the gas of Hack Hidden and Black Knight immediately. And right now, Black Knight is trying to expand right now. And I've said right now twice in a row, actually. And I actually don't catch this. And Legend puts a supply depot there. Now, he does this for good reason, because in previous games, the Protoss players actually put a Nexus right here and completely block the Terran from leaving. Ghosts take forever to kill any armored units. And so that was one of the strategies, too. And I think, yeah, we all have to take our gas, basically, pretty early on. The Zerg player mass expands. And I'm just making probes right now. Probes and pylons, as Day9 would say. And the barracks of Bubbles is obviously delayed because of the initial worker harassment. But so our general strategy is basically we take we try to steal the opponent's gas as much as possible. We try to wall in the Terran as much as possible, and then we feed the Terran, we feed the enemy, or feed our ally Terran as early on as possible, so we can get Ghosts. And then after that, we feed the Zerg player, because the Zerg player is actually the only one that can kill buildings with mass infestors. And so I steal his gas the second time. And I say easy. It's a little bit of bad manner. And I actually tried to put a pylon there to wall off the gas, but the creep finished in time. And so it looks like Black Knight is just mass expanding, trying to get as much gas for his allies as possible, which is pretty peculiar since he's gotten... Well, this is his first two geysers anyway. And so Bubbles right now with a massive amount of gas, 800 gas, because we've been feeding him, and getting those 3 barracks up with the Ghost Academy in the back. Meanwhile, I should just be... basically, High Templars are really bad because they're slow, and they can't actually do any damage to workers early on, so the Protoss player is basically like the bitch player that just tries to cause as much trouble as possible and feeds gas. And so we see Carlos expanding right now. And I'm making 2 more pylons to make sure my assimilator doesn't go down. And I think I'm going to make a 3rd soon, just to wall this area off in case you can go like... But, there it is. Yep, so 3rd pylon going down right now. I'm just trying to be as annoying as possible. So Black Knight getting huge amounts of gas, but still no spawning... Oh, there's a spawning pool, actually. And we see here that a Nexus going down for Hack Hidden, walling off PBG Bubbles. Now he can't leave his base, unfortunately, without killing that Nexus, which will just delay that push just by that much. And he's got to pull workers to deal with this. This just can't do that without pulling workers. And what is this? Hack Hidden moving in with 2 ghosts and a lot of drones. Now you want to move in with workers so that they'll tank for your ghosts, basically. And he's using snipe right now. Very nice snipe control, killing a lot of workers. Taking a look at the income right now. It looks like Carlos is only going to be at 13, and I think he's going to be less, maybe a little bit less than 13. Oh god, Elisa moving in right now. That's me, by the way. And Carlos is making a bunch more drones. He's crippled the economy of, Legend has crippled the economy of Carlos quite a little bit right now. And I still have that gas geyser and both the gas geysers of the Zerg player. And so it does look like PPG Bubbles right now moving in with the SCVs, the linebackers, as Pain User would call them, just a little bit of buffer space between the ghosts so that they can get their necessary snipes off and whatnot. And looks like I think I am planning to expand this game. And I think I will be taking this expansion. But right now, PPG Bubbles moving in with SCVs and 4 ghosts against Legend's single ghost. And this is because Legend has not been fed this game. His allies, oh, he's actually got 3. His allies actually did the worker rush, so they could not feed him. And great snipes coming out for Legend, taking out 2 ghosts immediately. And I think we do have an Overseer coming in right now, so they can't cloak. And so these ghosts are just going to be trying to snipe Legend's ghosts as much as possible. There we go. And one last ghost for Legend getting taken down by those little workers. But right now, Black Knight coming in with drones, actually. And the interesting part was that Black Knight doesn't have a lair anywhere on the map. And so he can't actually see cloak units, which will play a factor in later on. As you can see, I am expanding right now. Black Knight killed... Black Knight is actually a platinum player. He's the only platinum player in this game, but we just play with him because it's kind of funny. And so Black Knight has killed the assimilator right now. He's going to kill the other assimilator. And I think PPG Bubbles, yep, still producing off of 3 racks. I'm actually dividing my gas evenly between Carlos and Bubbles. And just because Ghost can still counter Infestors if you EMP a lot. And so we have Bubbles moving on right now, just doing work on the mineral lines. There's basically no harvesting of gas right here in the middle. And we do have a missile turret and supply depot. And so that missile turret and supply depot is going to make sure that the Legend can camp his ramp with his ghosts, and he can't get walled off, basically. And I actually took both the gas of Hack Hidden, so he's trying to expand here, and I'm like, nope, take your gas, LOL. And right now, ghosts are going to be able to try to kill pylons, trying to get a good surround and cloak, and no detection on their team. This is a mistake because just because the Zerg players usually can get Overseers the fastest. And right now, great snipes by Legend, cleaning up the rest of Bubbles' ghosts. And a snipe after the ghosts have been killed for some reason. And a Reaper on my side. And I think he accidentally made that, so he's going to have to kill that. But anyway, can't make Reapers in this game, LOL. And so I actually take the gold on this side, and I took this because what you want to do is you want to take the expansions closest to them first so they can expand, and then you just take your easy ones later, like this one for example. You can take that anytime you want. It's going to be really hard for them to stop that. And so we have a massive ghost fight right now, having to use scans actually in order to kill ghosts, and a snipe coming down from Legend, killing that Overseer. And so Legend's going to have to retreat back to his missile turret in order to actually see the ghosts. Oh, God, it's 1 AM. Anyway, PPG Bubbles right now shift queuing some workers, and the Protoss player, that's me, taking all the gas, and I'm just going to mass expand with my minerals. You can't make static defense, so you can't actually kill anything. And so we do have 2 more ghosts coming in right now. And it just looks like Black Knight is gonna get screwed in the economy section first. How are we make an Overseer, he asks. Well, no lair tech, ironically. And so PPG Bubble is doing work on the mineral line right now, and it does look like Black Knight is gonna try his hardest to kill the units, but just great stutter stuff. Do a little bit of bad manner, but a great stutter step from PPG Bubbles, and it does look like he's got a few more. Oh wait, this is actually a changeling. Legend actually cleaned up some reinforcements from Bubbles, I think. Meanwhile, we have our Infestor transition from Carlos, and Legend is just moving in with his 5 ghosts, and it still doesn't look like... Oh, I think a ghost on ghost battle right now. Great EMP coming out from Bubbles, sniping the 2 ghosts, and a scan going off, and Legend, unfortunately, cannot actually snipe the ghosts, so they have to do a normal attack to kill each other. very unfortunate. But right now, Legend has 4 more ghosts, and Infestor's coming in and making so many infested Terrans. Jesus Christ, there's so many Marines right now, and this Infestor Terran transition is what is going to make Legend leave the game. And I think this game drags on for a little bit of a while, but that's basically how we play Caster Wars. Another variation of this is Zealot Warp Prism Cannon Wars, and basically you can only make everyone's Protoss, and you play on a macro map like Iraq and Citadel, and you can only make Zealot, War Prisms, and Cannon. So it's basically like how you want to defend yourself with cannon, because you have to open Cannon Rush early on. One of you guys has to, and then you transition into Zealots, and you basically feed one guy for upgrades, and he gets 1 War Prism, and then like 25 Zealots pop out anywhere he wants. And so yeah, that's another fun game we like to play. But this is called Caster Wars, I think. Yeah, tell me what you guys think. My name is Elisa, and I'll see you guys later. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, where you can see all my latest news and updates.